This church in Stoke is called Stoke Minster. It has 1,350 years of history. Originally, it began as a timber structure in around the year 670 AD. And when the Saxons took over in the year 805 AD, early 9th century, they constructed a stone church. The church we see here is the most recent one, constructed in the year 1826 to 1836 AD. I apologise that my phone is quite wobbly because it is just my phone. I need to get a proper recording device. So this church here is most recent because the medieval structure was removed. Let's read this plaque. The first mission churches in this region started with the erection of a wooden cross where the first converts met to worship. Mercy and Cross Shaft. This was followed by a building, simple wooden church which by the 9th century had been rebuilt in stone. The name given to this ancient place of meeting and worship was Stoke, from the Old English word stock, meaning a religious or sacred place. Originally an island in a watery landscape to which Christians came from nearby settlements like Penkhull. This Mercian cross shaft is probably the oldest known object in Stoke. It was unearthed in 1876 by a grave digger. The fine designs on the cross include a double row of interlace, which later Staffordshire people have liked to see as a model for the Staffordshire knot. The only other object to survive from the earlier stone church was built in the Romanesque style is the Saxon font, which is still used in the present church. I just showed you this one. There are ceramic memorials in the church to the great potters of the region, and Josiah Wedgwood is buried near the arches in the churchyard. There is also a memorial to the legendary footballer Sir Stanley Matthews, whose funeral was held here in 2000. The church was largely rebuilt in the 13th century. To your left you can see two restored arches reconstructed on the original site. Using the stones from this church which had been recycled as building materials in the 19th century. The present church was built from 1826 and consecrated in 1830. The church has the unusual dedication of St. Peter ad Vincula. So I will show you the Mercian shaft. This is the Mercian shaft. As you can see, the interlacing knots. And we will now see the restored arches. It is common in English culture around central England to have murals, ceramics. This is the potteries, Stoke-on-Trent. Here we see the pottery industry. The men of Staffordshire. Although our women, of course, also participated. Our Rosies. I love our Staffordshire women. And this is the barge. Used to transport on the River Trent wood and coal and ceramics. The wildlife of Staffordshire. So our murals will often have Stoke City Football Club, the animals, of course. Unfortunately, people often leave litter. Bring good news to the poor, proclaim release to the captives and recovery of sight to the blind, to let the oppressed go free, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favour. I apologise for the litter. Here in Stoke-on-Trent it's not perfect. A lot of people, they don't have morals anymore. Of course we have many Europeans who loved our football teams. The English Football Premier League it's the largest one, I believe. I don't follow football. I don't care for it. I prefer to show the history of England and overall Staffordshire. So these are the restored arches from the 13th century. This is the kind of history I want my children to touch. I suppose I've not done my research as such. Josiah Wedgwood. Here we go. Thank you for giving our city, our county, a history, Josiah Wedgwood. You see this road? This is where the bus would take me back from college, up this road, and going through Fenton and back home. Stoke-on-Trent, it's a crap hole, but it has ancient history that I love.